Well, welcome back to Channel Ron. I'm working on a utility trailer here. It's a 2021, practically brand new, and I'm dealing with this problem already. Now I'm amazed that they go ahead and sell these trailers with this junk. So what did I do? I did the same thing I did on the last trailer. I went out and I bought the junction box with a 4-foot extension with something that's much more durable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and install this on this trailer just like I did the last one. So we're going to have to go ahead and drill some holes, bolt it on here, and then we'll go ahead and we'll wire it up inside. These are not wired the way you would think they would be on a traditional trailer with the color codes and stuff like that. So I'll have to show you that. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, now I ordered the 4-foot tether. Okay, so that's all I really need because I already figured I was going to mount it right here, and that's plenty for going into the truck. So once you've determined where you want to put that box, go ahead and just mark out the holes of where you're going to drill them, and go ahead and drill your holes out. All right, once you get the holes all done, all you need to do now is just bolt it on. So it does not come with bolts, so you're just going to have to find some bolts that fit. I think I'm using some 7/16 here, and go ahead and get those all installed. I'm also using some lock nuts as well. So the box is all installed. So next what we need to do is we need to wire in the old system. Okay, so once you get the cover off here, you're going to find that there's all kinds of places where you can bring the cable into, on the top, on the sides, 2 on the sides here, and then there's 1 on the bottom. And the kit comes with all kinds of different sizes for different types of wire and that type of thing. But they're all a little bit too big for what I want to do because this wire is relatively small. But it's also designed, you can look inside there, you'll see that there's a little cross there. You can actually take and you can cut that ever so slightly, cut that X right out of there, and that will allow us, okay, to pull our wire up and through. Like that, and it'll still be somewhat sealed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this wire and I'm just going to cut it. Doesn't matter where, as long as you have enough. And all I have to do is push it up inside there, just like that. And that's going to give us a pretty good seal, just like that. Now our wires are kind of in the way a little bit, but I think what I may do is I may bring them up in behind there. So why don't I do this instead? Why don't I kind of go up like this? Like that. There we go. Yeah, that's a nice fit right there. All right, so let's go ahead and strip this insulation off here and start thinking about how we want to wire this up. So right now you would think all you got to do is hook these up to green, yellow to yellow, brown to brown, and white to white. Well, you can't. You can go white to white because that one is ground, but these other ones are not. Traditionally, green is going to be your right side, yellow is your left side, and then your brown is your trailer lights, parking lights, or whatever you want to call them. On the box itself, they don't wire it that way. It's a little bit different. The yellow is going to actually be your auxiliary on here. Your black is going to be 12 volts positive, so if you had a battery on here with trailer brakes and that type of thing. So we really got to pay attention to this. So the right turn is actually going to be on brown. Okay, so we got to make sure that we put the green on brown. And the same thing with the left is going to be red. It's going to go on the red. So the yellow is going to go on the red. So you really have to make sure that you follow this. So I'm going to go ahead and put this all together, then I'll make sure that I get a good copy of this so you can see. Now if you don't have these crimps, you can just kind of wrap it around the screw. But if you're going to be doing projects like this, you really want to pick these up with a nice pair of ideal crimpers as well. Okay, so the first one's first is the ground. We know that that's ground, so let's go ahead and install our ground. Ground is white. Okay, then looking back at our chart, we're going to go with our lights. Let's see, our tail lights is going to be green. Okay, so the brown is going to go on to green. Okay, and then we're going to take our right hand, and that's going to go to brown. That's over here. And then our last one, our yellow, which is going to be our left, is going to go to the red. Okay, if you remember right, I built myself a little test box here for testing trailers, so I don't have to take the trailer out of the garage or worry about backing the truck up to it to test it. So this has really come in really handy, and I've made a video on this if you want to see how I've done it. So let's go ahead and plug it in. Nice snug fit. Go ahead and turn it on. And we got the left-hand blinker, and we have the right-hand blinker, and we have our trailer lights right there. Okay, this one here was for the brakes, if it had brakes, but it doesn't have brakes. So there's the left-hand blinker, right hand looking at it this way, and then the right-hand blinker. Right hand, left hand, and the trailer lights. So there it is, it's all set to go. So we don't have to worry about pulling in the vehicle. So this is a great tool to have. All right. With that said, let's go ahead and put this all back together. Okay, and if you're wondering why I left those all long, is because if one of these goes bad, I want to make sure that I got plenty of wire to work with. Let's go ahead and just kind of tuck that up out of the way. And there it is. Okay, that's what these trailers should come with, okay? Not this junk. You know, they put a lot of pride into the rest of the trailer, but when it comes to the wiring, they just throw it together. The lights on here are LED lights, are really good. I'm really impressed with that. The junction box that they put all the wire into, they could have done a little bit better with the connectors, but it's better than what they've done in the past. But this is definitely something that they could really do better on. So, but for a few bucks, I did it myself, and it's nice and professional. So if I ever decided I want to sell this, it's ready to rock and roll with a nice new end on it. So thanks an awful lot for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.